Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. What's good, what's good, what's good? So, I just found out that instead of coming to tonight's live, Hutanic decided to go straight to the corner. Straight to the corner. Yeah, there's no forgiving when you drop a dad's joke like that, man. Sorry. No, no. There's no forgiving of that. No. Get to going. Go on. Get to going. You might as well just hang out there because I know it's Thursday and you've got a lot of pent up energy. You stay your tail right there. Good evening, Paula. And just so that I'm not rude, good evening, Hutanic. You're still in the corner though. Kind of doggone dad's joke is that? That's some old nonsense right there. I think I need to reboot my machine. I shouldn't be popping that high on my CPU usage like at all. There's nothing running. There's nothing running. Live in color shop. What's good? What's going on? Oh, that's why. Yeah, that'll do it. Every now and then you have things open and you don't realize you have them open, and all of a sudden, yeah, maybe I should close that. Just maybe. So tonight's question: should the next GMB Big Bagger meeting be held on Super Bowl Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? So here's the deal. Super Bowl Sunday, there will not be a Sunday Roundup. Sunday Roundup starts at 4 p.m. I will be deep into all kinds of Super Bowl shenanigans. So that's not going to happen. David Kitch, how are you? So I'm wondering if we should have the Big Bagger meeting Super Bowl Sunday. Call it Super Bowl Big Baggers. What's going on, Bianca? Yeah, this is that would be nice to know if this, but this is not a technical channel, and if it was, I'd probably be talking about it. You know, I own a technology firm, right? Just you and your freaking dad jokes. I'm going to write a book just about you and your dad jokes. You probably have a dad joke for that. I know it for sure. Wow. Wow. 6 votes. And it seems like everybody's leaning towards Super Bowl Sunday. Are the Lakers playing? That's what landed him in the corner. That's what landed him in the corner. Just... You know, I'm gonna have to reach out to Captain Banana if we don't see her tonight. I'll reach out to her and see what's going on, just to make sure she's all right. You know, trading Maverick. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? So what's in the news tonight, other than crazy money? Crazy money. That's what's in the news tonight. Nah, I don't want to start that. That might cause a problem. I know that would cause a problem. I'd go dark for a little while. Just making sure I don't miss anything. All right, so tonight's news. Fidelity's FBTC leads inflows, 755 mil, and that's after outflows of 1.2 billion. I was thinking about this earlier. Bitcoin's been around for about 15 years, right? And now we're talking about inflows and outflows, of an ETF for Bitcoin. Something that was once worth pennies, once valued at pennies each. And now it's worth, call it $100,000. Okay? And yet I sit here and I wonder why people still have, fear of digital assets. I'm not saying that their fear isn't justified from their perspective, right? Some people just don't like change. Fair. However, what is the goal? What is what is the dollar backed by? What is the dollar backed by? I don't think it's pride. I don't think it's pride. I think most people just don't have the mental capacity or don't believe they have the mental capacity to invest in digital assets. Seriously. But if you explain to them that the dollar is not backed by anything other than a promise from the United States government that we will pay our debts, I'm serious. A lot of people don't realize how serious that is. The gold. I keep wanting to say the gold, like I say, Bitcoin. But gold is no longer backing our fiat. So it is a wing and a prayer upon which it is built. I'm just saying. At what point do you stop and you say to yourself, there's no difference? There's none. How do you get there? R. Powell, what's going on? I'm sorry, R. Powell XL. I'm a triple XL myself in case you're looking to send me a sweatshirt, t-shirt, or something like that. Just letting you know. Just letting you know my sizes. I think it's fear. Hutanik, I agree with you that some people it's going to be they just can't do it. But I think it's out of fear. They fear that they won't understand it. You understand the dollar, right? If you break down the dollar to somebody and you say, when you were a kid, you used to be able to go to the store and buy 4 bags of chips, 25 cents per bag. That's how old I am. But then, now you go to the store and you might be able to buy 1 bag of chips, and that 1 bag of chips is going to be smaller than that 1 bag of chips from when we were kids. The value of the dollar has declined steadily over time. I get it. They actually get it. It's inflation, right? But inflation is just a really, really fancy word for fiat is declining. That's what that means. So if you explain it to them like that, and then you say, it's not backed by gold, it's backed by nothing. That dollar, that fiat that you're holding in your hand is worth what you're holding in your hand. Just a piece of paper and special ink. Okay, special paper and special ink. Still. I think it's a fear of they think they won't be able to understand. And they can. They absolutely can. Just saying. They have a fear, and I think when that fear is over, that fear will be, removed because they'll have to do it. Yo, folks in the house. It just is what it is. It honestly is what it is. And we're getting there. We're getting much closer. We had a discussion last night about CBDCs. We had a discussion last night about FedNow. The new regime's treasury pick. Let me see if I can read you this quote. I see no reason for the U.S. to have a central bank digital currency. Where's D-Mac when you need him? Seriously, though. I mean, there you go. There you go. The new treasury pick says, I see no reason, quote, I see no reason for the U.S. to have a central bank digital currency. Where does that leave FedNow? What was the purpose of FedNow? What can you do with, what they envision to be the Fed, the FedNow backbone that you can't do today? other than control whether or not I can spend my money at a Dairy Queen. The United States government has a lot of control over the dollar. A lot. And over your dollar. That right there would be the introduction of a massive, massive loss of rights. See, that's all the CBDC means to me, is a massive loss of rights. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what country you're in. Massive loss of rights, period. My retort to doubters is the credit card example. Let me go out and run up a credit card to $100,000 and let me sell the credit card as an asset. You will see them speechless. Now, that's too much of an advanced concept. If you're talking to somebody that doesn't understand the idea of a dollar, that is not going to explain to them the idea of a digital currency. That's way over their head. Those are concepts. You can't speak to somebody who's afraid of learning in a manner of which, or in a language that would make them crawl deeper into their hole. You need to catch them where they understand. Catch them on common ground. You have $1 in your pocket. You're how old? What country did you grow up in? Because that way you can get the equation going. That's when they'll understand. OBG Junior, what's good? You start to realize, oh, I need to speak with people on common ground. There are these things called receptors and deflectors. If you meet me on common ground, I'll open up my receptors. If you try to talk to me as if you're up here and I'm down here, I'm going to turn on my deflectors, receptors and deflectors. Common sales tool. Understand what that person's common ground is and try to meet them there. Unfortunately, what I think is a lot of people are not going to have faith in their own mental wherewithal to be able to grasp the new world. For a time to come, everything will be denominated in the dollar. How much is that? 25 cents. How much Bitcoin do I have to give you? 25 cents worth. Instead of being, how much is that? 0.0005378 Bitcoin. Or whatever coin, right? They'll always want to see something that they understand. It's sort of like, no, there's nothing like it. I was about to say, it's sort of like, yeah, there is nothing like it. It's going to have to be denominated in a way that they can understand. And then once it becomes the norm, digital assets become the norm, you'll start like in other countries. You can go to other countries and spend various fiat within that one country. Walk into a store and they will exchange it for you. You want to buy that in rupee and you want your change in, I don't know, drachma, whatever. They'll be able to do that math in their head because that's what they do. They're just used to it. Have to meet people where they are. 3 young queens, what's good? So you start to realize how people think, and you speak to them, on how they think. But the idea is that I go back to the Treasury Secretary, the new Treasury pick is saying, yeah, we don't need a CBDC. Because again, what would you be able to do with a CBDC that you cannot already do in our current financial system? Move money? Yeah, no, we could already move money fast. Whether it be through traditional finances or not. Here's something that'll really get you. If you want to spend money directly between people and you want to only use a public system, there's only one way to do that. Only one. Only one. Can you name it? It's called cash. Everything else that you do, except for digital assets, right? Most digital assets, more decentralized, got it? is going to be on a private network. I know there are a lot of smart people out there that are still scratching their head going, oh, dang, that's right. When I use my credit card, it's over a private network. If I use my debit card, it's over a private network. Anything electronic is going over a private network. The only way that I can use a public network is to not use one. The only way that I'd be able to spend money is with cash. Any other way, I'm using a private network and I'm paying for access to that network because the United States does not have its own electronic network. It's been left to the financial institutions, so they get to charge you whatever they want. Leroy, what's going on, my man? Peer. Yeah, but that's only cash. It's only cash. Bitcoin alleviates that problem. Public system that can move value. The only one. I mean, not just Bitcoin, but crypto. The only one. Public. It's public. So you think about that and you're kind of like, oh, damn. Makes you scratch your head, doesn't it? So nobody wants you off of the public network, off of their private network. But if you're going to move off of my private network, I want you to be connected to a network that we can still get to. What network is that? Crypto. It will not be a CBDC. If a CBDC comes out, please tell me why I need a bank. I'll wait for you. Tell me why. Yeah. Now you start to think about that and you start to go, oh. Now hold on. My retort. Yeah, no, I got that one. Usually the convo starts with them and they are ready to tell me it's a scam. That's because they're not there mentally. They're not there mentally. You have to recognize that. Recognize that for what it is. And if they're already, when people come at me and go, oh, it's fake, I don't even bother to have the conversation. I don't even bother to have the conversation. My mother taught me, don't waste your time talking to fools, move on. Move on. What date do you put on paper and coins no longer legal tender? 2030? No. It'll be a long time to come. A long time to come. It's not going to be a thing. Remember that talk that we were going to stop recognizing the penny? People lost their freaking minds. People lost their freaking mind. What you talking about, Willis? This is legal tender. You will accept it. You will accept it. Serious stuff. Can a CBDC be attached to a stablecoin? I don't even understand that question. CBDC, stablecoin. Different things. Just like Bitcoin and Polygon, different coins. Different things. I see why you're asking, though. That was actually a really good question, but I just didn't understand it for a second. I was like, oh, yeah, but no. Can CBD, I missed something. Hutanic brings up a really good point. The really good point, sorry. The mint is losing money because the coins by metal exceed the face value of the coin. Mind you, the metal that used to be used to make the coins is no longer that metal. They moved to cheaper metals. But even still, Yeah, I had somebody ask me this morning, and I knew it was a bot because the question was, so should I buy the stable space coins? Yeah, you're a bot. I'm not going to respond. The other part is I normally don't respond to anybody that's not a member. The other one after that is if you ask me a question, unless you're a big bagger, I don't feel obligated. Unless you're a member of Grow My Bag, a member, not a subscriber, a member. I don't feel obligated to answer the question. I might answer the question if it's interesting, maybe. If I know it has interest to people that, are members. That's going to be the great thing when we launch the site. I hate to say it, but we'll probably lose subscribers. I mean, everything will still stream every place else, but the conversation is only going to happen there. It's only going to happen there. Because I get rid of the bots. I get rid of bots pretending to be people, asking dumbass questions. Oh, hey, I have that was a great show, by the way, but somebody sent me some money on OK or SafePal, right? And here's the yeah, nah. Jared, what's going on, man? So, Leroy, of course you're welcome. Come on, man. Seriously? There are going to be aluminum foil soon. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I like? I like people like Leroy. If he's not sure about something, he's going to ask the question. I love that. If my mother doesn't understand something, she's going to ask the question. Now, I might be a smart aleck, but I'm going to answer that question. Right? There are a lot of questions I have. Like I bug big baggers all the time. Like, yo, what are you using? What are you using for that? Oh, okay. Because I can't remember everything. You know what I mean? And the greatest value of a community is a whole bunch of people might be able to answer your question. So you should ask the question. But when it comes to coins, there are rules that you must abide by before you ask me about any flipping coin. Any. You had to have done your own research. And by the way, everybody that's done their research today, drop me a note and tell me that you did your 15 minutes today. And if there was something interesting that caught your attention, not that we have to discuss it, but something interesting that caught your attention, if you found something. But yeah, if you have a coin that you're interested in and you want to talk about it, you must answer, well, what's its market cap? What industry is it in? What's its coin market cap or CoinGecko rank? And who else is in the same industry? In other words, you need to give the community enough information that demonstrates to us that you've done at least the modicum of research necessary, right? Because we abide by the GMB3. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and invest deliberately. So for me to even do research on a coin, you have to give me enough information for me to even think about it. So those are the questions that you have to answer. All right? Not to be mean, but there are millions of coins out there. There are millions of coins, and I get emails all the time. Oh, have you thought about this coin? Have you thought about that? I won't even mention the coin. You gotta be able to say, oh, I was looking at this coin. Here's this information. Here's this information. Here's this information, and I just don't. Here's another coin that happens to be in the space. Have you ever looked at it? Or whatever. That's what the community's here for. But we also don't want to waste the community's time, right? And if you're asking the question, maybe there are 50 other people that are asking the same question. But that'll give us a way to evaluate the question. And then again, I might not be the person to answer the question because other community members might answer it before me. What's next that was interesting today? South Korea temporarily suspends Upbit. Apparently, there are about 700,000, let's say, shaky transactions that caught South Korea's attention. And they were like, yeah, we're going to shut you down for a little while. and we're gonna go have a conversation about this. Let's come over here. Yep. Excuse me. Since 2020, I've kept all my coins. I will sort it later. A 2020 quarter does some damage from a slingshot. Yeah, I guess. The IRS is going to track transactions on centralized exchanges with a $600 threshold, meaning up to $600 in transactions, you're fine. They're not going to track it. But they will track it beyond $600. Very interesting. What's up, Rick Ritchie? So Rick Ritchie, I'm going to let it slide. You came close to joining Hutanic in the corner. But you just said me too. You didn't say anything funny, nothing smart. So you're avoiding the corner right now. But you're this close, sir. You're this close. Millard DeBose, what's going on? Millard DeBose, how are you? So when I was a kid, I used to make my own slingshots. We'd get a long stick, bang everything in, get a little clothesline thing, and used to do it with like bottle caps and stuff like that. Used to be a lot of fun. I don't even know how to pronounce that. LazyWI. How are you? But the IRS tracking your transactions via centralized exchanges. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Centralized exchanges operating in the United States. That's what the rule is right now. I don't know if that rule is going to stick. Yeah. You see where I'm going. Yeah, I don't know if that rule is going to stick. Market cap, just over 100 million. This coin is in the financial sector. What does that mean? Their founder formerly worked with Jed and the Stellar team. What's the purpose of the coin? I've never heard of it. I'm going to be honest with you straight up front. I've never heard of it. And $100 million, 100 mil puts you below, I think it puts you below, is it in the top 250? Is it in the top 250 coins? I wonder. I wonder, as they say. I wonder. Let's see. Well, that pops up. That's nice. Oh, it doesn't give it to me on this view. That sucks. Oh, no. It does. So let's go top 500, okay? And we'll go all the way down to 100, 115, 758 mil. Nope. 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 Wow, still going. Still in the hundreds. So you get to about rank number 480. Nope, 481 is that number. Peer-to-peer lending and borrowing. No. Nah. That would be a big no for me. That's like, to me, that's like electronic loan sharking. Yeah, no, I'm not. I have zero interest in that. Zero. I mean, there are other live businesses that do that. I have no interest in that coin whatsoever. None. None. It could take off in the future. There are services like that right now. On the other side, on the fiat side, have no interest in those businesses either. None. It's like legalized, loan sharking, because they keep below that loan sharking number. So yeah, that's not a space that I have an interest in. But other people in the space, the coin is XCN. So if you guys have an interest in that, please let me know. I'd like to know if you have an interest in it. But I do not. Peer-to-peer lending, I don't think that's a big service. I think people would be better, or not better. I think they would be more inclined to go like to a Coinbase. Because Coinbase, in case you didn't know, is going to relaunch their Bitcoin lending. That's right. They had it out there before, and now they're going to relaunch it. Um, USDC and USDT losing their peg many times over the past 2 days. They've done it a lot. That ought to tell you how volatile it is. But they're never really off by that much. But I mean, if they're off by a penny, so you make 1/100th. You know what I mean? Then you have Tether working with, who is it? I have it right here. Tether partners with Layer Zero for a cross-chain stablecoin USDT Zero. That was a public announcement. And I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, and why did they introduce that? I don't know. Can you say RLUSD? That's what I'm thinking. That's literally what I'm thinking. Yeah, Hutanic, you can't. I don't think you can keep up with that volume at some point. At some point, you're going to have to make some changes, and those mathematical calculations, well, they get adjusted. I think that's what's going on right now. And wait until that grows. That's why, that's one of the reasons why I keep telling everybody there will not be one coin. It will be exactly what I said yesterday. It's going to wind up being something like the internet, but for crypto. I need to send value. We need to start. If you think about it as I need to send value, not necessarily I need to send $10. I need to send value to somebody. They have these wallets. I have this wallet. Please check the best route for them to receive the value that I'm sending them. Slightly different way of thinking, means almost the same thing, except that money can be routed and get to the person in the manner in which they can use it. Right? RLUSD is the same. It can't hold $1. Just noticed it happening lots this week. It's usually not down by as much as a penny. It's usually down by 1/10 of a penny or something like that. That's normally what I see. But off by a whole penny, that's a rare thing. That's a very, very, very rare thing. And everybody's looking at it like, you gonna fix that? Seriously. But the volume to do that, to make that happen is nuts. Then you have Indian crypto exchanges offering Wazir X a way out. $230 million, and they still haven't fixed their problem. They haven't figured out a way to make everybody whole. And people are saying, hey, we'll just buy you out. We'll take care of your problem and buy you out. Go away. Imagine. Oh, OBG. If that is a coin that you're interested in, I want you to go do research on its history. I want you to go do research on its history. Like, how long has it been in existence? All that other good stuff. Like, seriously. Just because I don't like it, not that I don't like it, but I have no interest in it, doesn't mean that you shouldn't have an interest in it. Go do research on its history. Jed came from Stellar. What was he doing at Stellar? Was he a somebody at Stellar? Or was he just one of the engineers and just decided, I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to take my skills and build something. I think this is the thing. Because Stellar is supposed to be the people's coin, right? It's supposed to be for the people side, the retail side. And XRP is supposed to be the institutional stuff. That's why they created Stellar. So that whole peer-to-peer thing, like, what are you doing that's making it peer-to-peer? Is there a contract that says, I'm going to put my money here and that's going to get loaned out to this person over there? You know what I mean? Like, how does it actually work? So that you can understand the mechanism. I mean, it's all the way down at 500 or something like that. Is it ranked? Is XCN ranked? It's a good one. I didn't look at that. I didn't look to see if it was ranked. Let us see. Let us find out. Because now I'm curious. Yeah, Onyx Coin, it's ranked number 369. Its market cap. Its market cap is actually 248 million. Nope, my bad. 157 million. Fully diluted market cap is 248. I kind of have a problem with that. So yeah, you want to go do research on, well, what is it? What are they doing? How do they do it? What's the value of it, and who would be interested in it? Those are things that I'd be paying attention to. Then you've got XRP nearing an all-time high, which is a big deal. Senator Loomis opposing Silk Road Bitcoin sale. So they got approval, and then she sent a letter saying, "Hey, FDIC, I feel that you haven't been keeping good crypto-related records, and I want to know about your records." The government's in for overhaul. The financial side of the government's in for a big overhaul. Big overhaul. I will do some more in-depth research. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because it troubles me that you said its market cap is just over 100 mil, and it's really 153, and the fully diluted is 248. That paints a very different picture. So yeah, definitely look into that. I've noticed it because I have a profile of all the stable coins to track where to take profit. USDM and DJED pushed up to $1.01. I'd use that to buy the other, so I get the 2-cent difference if I could. USDC, USDT, and RLUSD went to 99. Okay, that's really good research. Thank you. There was something else. And then news hit this morning, after I had already done the show, news hit this morning that there are conversations about having a national reserve that's beyond Bitcoin, that's not just Bitcoin. Supposedly, XRP is in that conversation. Supposedly, Solana's in that conversation. Now, my question tonight, besides, the big bagger question, was going to be, one of them needs to go and give you 4 coins, right? It was going to be like XRP, Solana, Doge, and Sui. One of them has to go. It's foul, right? That's a foul question. But that was going to be my question tonight. When I saw that supposedly there are talks, and I wouldn't be surprised because there's going to be a crypto ball, right? It's going to be expensive to get in, and all of the big players are going to be there from the crypto world. All the big players are going to be there. Remember what I said, it's expensive to get in. So thank you for all that money to get me elected and give me more money just to see my face near you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Talk about Russia and its oligarchy. It's scary. It's scary. That's why I want my digital assets to be stateless, to remain stateless. I don't want to deal with any digital asset that's not decentralized to a ridiculous amount. I mean, not everybody's going to get to the Cardano amount of decentralization, but still, we need to do that. And Hutanik, you think Doge? See, I would think that it would be, for me, it would be Solana. Quickly and easily, it'd be Solana. Now, if they didn't have the network gremlin, it would be Doge. For me, I would agree with you. It'd be Doge. But Solana and that network gremlin? Yeah, nah. That's shaky. That's too shaky for me. It scares me. So I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't, me no likey that. Not at all. Not at all. But imagine XRP, USDC, and Solana being a part of that conversation. Imagine that. That's a little nuts. As a part of the, obviously Bitcoin, but the rest of them, that's a crazy conversation. Because they talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. Think about it. They were down 5 times last year. 5 times. And a couple of them, actually a few of them were significant, like more than just a couple of hours. Look at when they took that big drop down to 128. Excuse me. That was one of them. It just happened to coincide with the market taking a dive. And they were a canary in the gold mine. That's what happened. And then the air got sucked up by the market, not their little gremlin. And their lack of transparency, of course. So yeah, for me, that's anytime I see Solana, something must go. Oh, Solana. No doubt. Solana. You could hit me off a couple of years ago and you could say, well, Luna. Well, okay, Luna. But Solana. I can't trust Solana. I can put my money in because I know it's going to go up. But I also know that I have to watch it every day. I have to watch Solana every day. Because it could just come up and that's it. You just lost some money. And they don't talk about it. They don't say anything. Oh, well, congestion. What the hell you mean congestion? You said you could handle 1,000 transactions per second. Is that real? And then how many transactions get dropped? You have a network problem. You absolutely have a network problem. And I can't trust you. So I can put my money in there. What's going on, Lex? I can put my money in there. But it's not going to be for a long period of time. No, sir. No, sir. And like I said, I'm going to watch every day. I'm going to get up in there and I'm going to watch every day. In the morning, in the middle of the afternoon, at night, in the middle of the night. If I have to get up to use the bathroom, I'm checking the phone. Like, I'm serious. I keep one eye halfway open, check the phone, be like, all right. And then put it back down. Dead serious. That's how much I don't trust Solana. But you're right. How is nobody talking about that? I think I'm the only person out there that talks about that gremlin. Everybody else is like, Solana. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. And so I have a problem with that whole thing. They're supposedly discussing, the reserve. If enterprises don't want to mess around with Solana, why would the U.S. government think about it? They're only considering blockchains whose development teams are based in the United States. Just saying. Polo, did you do your homework? I know it's totally out of the blue. Wanted to know. Who did their homework tonight? 15 minutes. Who did their homework? It's to the point they have a web page telling you it's on. No. Stop it. No. There's no way. Are you serious? It's to the point where they have a web page telling you it's online. No. That cannot be. Cannot be. Stop it. No, as long as you did your research. What's the first step in investing? Investing in yourself, not more knowledge. Unfortunately, an extremely hectic day, and didn't get to research. I will tonight. Cool. You're serious. It's called Solana status. I wonder how truthful it is. Who thought it was a good idea to come up with that page? Who thought that was a good idea? Fire them. Fire them. Like, seriously. You've got a network gremlin. Fire them. What you're boosting everybody's knowledge about it now. Like, yeah, no, you'd have to get fired. I'm sorry. You would really have to get fired. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Got Treasury Pick, Fidelity, South Korea, IRS to track stuff, the consideration of XRP, USDC, and Solana, Indian crypto exchanges, a Swiss financial institution, Post Finance, introduces a government-backed Ethereum staking solution. Yeah. If the Swiss are doing stuff, you should stop and think about that. You should be like, maybe I need to go take a couple of classes on this crypto stuff. How many institutions need to be involved for you before you actually say, yeah, I'm going to do some research on this? 8 pause. What's good? Also busy today, but I'll research tonight. Good. Because the truth is, it's not a promise to me. It's a promise to yourself. 15 minutes. 15 minutes before you go to bed. Just 15 minutes. That's all I ask. 15 minutes. Invest in yourself 15 minutes a day. You know why I asked for that on a daily basis? Because then you'd have to look at yourself in the mirror the next day and be like, I literally refused to invest in myself. That's deep. You cannot let life get you so out of sorts that you cannot invest in yourself. I'm just saying, just putting it out there for you. D Mac woke up researching and still researching. Good man. Good man. That's what's up. What else is there? I think I hit all the news. That was all the news for today. Upbit having problems in South Korea is a bigger problem than you think. South Korea is a huge crypto market. So for Upbit to mess up and miss out on that crypto market is a problem. That is a problem. And they pinpointed like 700,000 transactions, and I'm just kind of like, not a good thing. I'm always researching. Love to come here and see what I missed. Psh, man, probably didn't miss any. Probably researched more than me. And I sift through a lot of stuff because I'm thinking about the weight of the news, not just whether or not it's newsworthy. It can be newsworthy, but then it comes to a point where, well, all of this is newsworthy too. Does it still hold weight? And the first question is, well, is it possible for it to affect my bag? If it's just news, it's not going to affect my bag. I'm not going to pay attention to it. It has no value. You know, like somebody going to jail. It's interesting, but I'm not going to care. It's not going to affect my bag. Unless it's going to directly affect my bag, I really don't care about it. I can read that stuff at any time. I need news that I think is eventually going to affect my bag or can affect my bag now. Treasury Pick can affect my bag. Fidelity's inflows and outflows because it's an ETF can affect my bag. South Korea stopping Bybit can affect my bag. Upbit is a popular centralized exchange that's about to lose access or did lose access to one of the biggest areas, crypto hubs in the world. Lost it. That's going to affect my bag. IRS, tracking my transactions on sexes. That's going to affect my bag. Indian exchanges trying to take out Wazir X could affect my bag, right? Swiss financial institution getting into a government-backed Ethereum staking solution. Oh, that's going to affect my bag because eventually it's going to affect adoption in a positive fashion. Don't get me wrong, in a positive fashion. But that's going to have an effect. Okay, I'm going to pay attention to that. Coinbase relaunching, a lending solution, right? Bitcoin loans. Okay, can affect my bag. Now, here's the play on that. It could also affect how much they have in reserve for OTC transactions. Over the counter, meaning more direct. So you have that. That can affect my bag. XRP nearing an all-time high. Definitely affecting my bag directly. Because I bought some more yesterday. So timing can be everything. I bought just before it hit $3. Ding. Thank you very much. I know I'm a fool. Senator Loomis opposing the sale of Silk Road can affect my bag because imagine if they were allowed to sell those Silk Road BTC. That's 69,000 Bitcoin going to affect my bag. Somebody going to jail, somebody getting arrested. 7 years for the guy in Russia who sent digital assets to the Ukrainian government. Not going to affect my bag. Nope. Interesting. Still not going to affect my bag. Moving on. It's how I evaluate what I bring to you guys. I don't bring you product reviews. I don't bring you research on coins unless it can affect your bag or I think it's interesting for the community. I mean, look at Peak. I didn't bring you Peak. One of the other big baggers brought you Peak, Mr. Big. For all we know, OBG Jr. could be bringing us XCN. And because he came back with that level of research, and he says he's going to go back and research it again, and hopefully come back to the community and let us know what's going on. Hello, VJ. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, you got to spell it out. OTC, over the counter, equals peer-to-peer. You got to spell out P2P. You can't just say P2P. Not everybody's going to understand that, man. Stop talking up here. You got to talk for the masses. For the masses. I'm great. I hope you are too. It also benefits the community. You shouldn't want to be a part of a community where one person shares their research. So we all need to develop the knowledge base of the community. Yep. That well said. Thank you, OBJ Jr. OBG Jr. I don't know. I keep calling you OBJ. Sorry. I keep calling you OBJ because Odell Beckham Jr. Football. My fault. It's my fault. It's on me. But yeah, that statement is actually true. I don't know everything. Mr. Big is awesome. I agree with you, Hutanic. Mr. Big is awesome. Absolutely. Tonight's question again: should the next GMB Big Bagger meeting be on Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Because you figure Super Bowl doesn't start until nighttime. So 1 p.m. Big Bagger meeting, you have more than enough time to do whatever it is you're going to do. If you're into football. Some of us, want to watch the freaking Lakers. The fact that you say the Lakers really it irks me. It irks me. Just to no end. You want to see the father and son duo? Sorry. It's got a little sick there. It's a little sick there. It's a little bit. But yeah, if you look at the news that I normally bring you, it's about stuff that I think is going to affect our bags at some point or could have an effect. Right? I want to bring you things that make you think a little bit. I love bringing you things that I don't even understand, that I don't understand why that's news, but it's news. Yeah, Lake Show. Lake show? You have me at a loss. I don't know what you mean there. You got to give us a little bit more. So yeah, that's how I go through the news to figure out, like, is it going to be beneficial to the community? Is it going to help? Is it going to teach? Is it going to teach me? Am I going to learn something? Is it a question that we have? Is it speculative? Like right now, what's speculative? The Treasury pick, speculative. The U.S. Reserve, speculative. Are we going to sell Silk Road, the 69,000 from Silk Road? Speculative. But it's like a 50-50. Could happen. Will it? Most likely not, but still could. That would have a profound effect, because it would drop coin. Like if they sold publicly like Germany did, oh my God, that would drop coin prices in a heartbeat. But I can guarantee you that those prices dropping down would only last but for so long. I'd be taking out all kinds of loans. All kinds of loans to get as much money as possible, because you figure the price would drop down to like what? 70, 80, if they did something like that. Maybe high 80s. I'd still go take out. What? I'm going to put every penny into it, because then it'll shoot back up. I mean, if we were at 90 and that's not what we were talking about, I'm thinking we could go down to 70. In which case, I'm buying. Something else that I look for is the effect of one coin having that effect on other coins. I look for that, because at some point, coins are going to stand on their own, and my coin value is not going to move just because your coin value moved. I look for that. Yeah, it hit like 88, day and a half, 2 days ago. Yep. Yeah, now it's back up to 100. Yep. And I said it was going to go down to like 90. I didn't think it would break down below 90. And it was only there for like a split second, right? But it did. And how many of us were able to take advantage of that? And the real question is, did you hop on to another coin like I did? Like, I didn't buy Bitcoin. Because I finally made it up in my mind. I want to buy Bitcoin for a different reason, but at that moment I was only thinking in terms of return, right? How much money am I going to get back, and how fast? Bitcoin was going to give me, if it goes back up from 88, 89, goes back up to 100,000, it's going to give me like what, 12 grand if I invest that whole thing. Whereas other coins, well, they went up a lot. A lot. Hence, other coins. It's like a wild bull about to break loose. Yeah. What'd you reference earlier today? Pent-up energy. Pent-up energy. There's a lot of pent-up positive energy right now. And you've got to stop and think about, oh man, what are we doing? What? Huh? Yeah. So I'm looking for opportunities where I'm going to maximize my return versus, I'm going to go buy some Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. But I love value more. And if these coins are going to give me more value in the long run, I'm going to do those coins. Yeah, I'm going to snag Bitcoin. Of course I'm going to snag Bitcoin. But other coins are going to give me value. And at that moment, I was looking at value. I normally just DCA, Bitcoin, and then everything else. This time was like, nope, I want pure value. And that's how it went. What percent is it mental of one? I don't even know what that question means. Can you reword that question for me, please? I don't know what that means. And our Powell XL, you need to tell me what you meant. Yeah, Lake Show. I don't know what that means. What support is it to break to then not return to below 100? I don't think I can't think of it in terms of percent, but I would think that Bitcoin would have to be at about 175 Nope. Not 110. Definitely not 110. Or did you mean like real quick? Because I'm thinking, at what point? Like, I don't think we'll ever see $50,000 again. I don't think we'll ever see $55,000 again. Right? I'm thinking in terms of that. Like, at what point will we not see the previous numbers again? It's like you'll never see $50,000 for Berkshire Hathaway stock. You know what I mean? There comes a point where you're just not going to ever see that number again. Like, so many things would have to happen for you to see that number again. And for all those things to happen, that's the least of your worries. Yeah, I told you I reached out to Daniel. Don't you check your messages? I reached out to Daniel. The two email addresses were right next to each other. So I wound up sending a note to D Mac. I was supposed to send it to Daniel. So I sent another note to Daniel. The new Lakers jersey and hat logo. Oh, yeah, nah. Yeah, I can't follow it because I don't follow basketball. That's why I didn't understand what you were talking about. Thank you for that. Some people talk about 100K being a mental barrier. Is that a valid point? I think it used to be a mental barrier. But now that you've seen it happen, I don't think it's a mental barrier anymore. I think it's just math. At this point, it's just math. I mean, it was a mental barrier all the way up, right? Nobody thought that Bitcoin would ever pass $100, $1,000, $10,000, $25,000. You see what I mean? They become mental barriers. And it's so far off in the distance, you just can't really imagine it. Like $1 million. A lot of people, that's their new mental barrier, $1 million. But when you start really thinking about it, it's kind of like the math works to get to $1 million. Way back in the day, the math was not working. The situation that we were in was not working to imagine $100,000. But right now, today, you can easily do the math to see how you can get to $1 million. But a couple of cycles ago, $100,000, you couldn't see that. Couldn't be fathomed. Now it's hard not to, it's not a question of if we hit $1 million, it's a question of when. The math is already there that says it is a strong possibility. Right? It's just math. So I think that mental barrier of $100,000, that's been exploded. It's smithereens now. It's the quantum world, for Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's just math. Yes, it is. And the market makers milk it best they can. They don't even know what to do with themselves. Big sell-off, and what happens? Who's selling? It's mostly people that are dealing in Wall Street, lettuce hands. They call their brokers, sell, sell, sell. I don't know what's going on. Please sell, get me out of it. I need to stop the bleeding. And then they get out, and then it drops, and then people buy in. And then they want to get back in on the FOMO side, and now they've spent more money than they lost. So they've lost twice. Crazy, right? Now, I keep telling people, when you do your research, do research all over the place. Don't be closed-minded when you do your research. The whole point is to invest in yourself, to open up your mind to different ideas. That's the whole idea. That's part of it. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto, and I have to give you the poll. See, I would have said all that, and Paulo would have been like, you got to give us the poll. 19 votes. Should the next big bagger meeting be on Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? And 63% of the people said yes. For all my big baggers that are on right now, let me know right here, right now, what your answer is, please. What your specific answer is. Thoughts on... I thought I covered that a while ago. I really don't care about SpaceX teaming up with HBAR. I don't care. because I think anything that Muskrat touches is stupid. He got lucky with SpaceX. That's how I feel about it. He got lucky with SpaceX. He's got a great engineering team, but I could care less. I care more about H-Bar getting into bed with the people that certify diamonds. That's big. That's true tokenization of real world assets, because diamonds are used to pass along value, and now you'll be able to like really track them. Like, wow. You've got the certificate, I've got the diamond. Who owns the diamond? Just saying. Paula said no. Super Bowl Sunday, yes. But you're okay either way. I'm thinking Super Bowl Sunday. I just think Super Bowl Sunday. I don't care about sports. I'm not talking about sports here. Sports is a different channel. You can go there and talk about sports. I don't care about sports. I don't bet on sports. I don't care. I don't have time. I might have a football game up in the background while I'm doing research. I just don't have the time. And you know what's even worse? I just don't have the patience. I don't have the patience anymore. Football is not what it used to be to me. I mean, me and my brothers go outside and play football. We were playing two-hand touch and people coming home like bruised and bloody. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, nah, we come from different lives, buddy. A lot of annoying advertising very frequently here. Are you serious? Am I making money? Because that's how we get paid off of YouTube. Sorry. What else is there? That's it. That's all the news I have for tonight. I think it was pretty interesting. A few of those things. Again, the new Treasury pick does not like CBDCs. Fidelity leads with $755 million in Bitcoin after the whole area had lost $1.2 billion. So that was in a day. South Korea temporarily suspending Upbit. IRS to track your crypto transactions above $600 via centralized exchanges. Indian crypto exchanges offering to blow out or buy out, same thing, WazirX. Swiss financial institution Post Finance introducing government-backed Ethereum staking. That's actually a very, very, very big deal. Tether partnering with Layer 0 to offer a cross-chain stablecoin USDT 0. That one is very interesting to me because I think they only did it because they had to find a way to combat RLUSD, and because RLUSD is trying to get on every blockchain out there. So it makes sense for RLUSD to partner with Chainlink. It makes sense for RLUSD to partner with Cardano because they're both doing that whole globe thing. Just saying, it makes sense. So I think that's why they came up with it. Who's going to work with them though? Well, that'll take time. Time will tell. Then you have Coinbase relaunching their Bitcoin loans on Ethereum network, on their Ethereum network base. That ought to point you back to the Swiss government doing that. So that's interesting to me. Those two stories combined are very interesting to me. XRP nearing an all-time high. All the news hasn't even hit yet. So there's that. Senator Lummis actually saying that the Silk Road Bitcoin should not be sold, and saying that the FDIC needs to be checked in on. Big news. Big news. It foretells a lot to come with regard to crypto regulation and how certain financial agencies of the United States are going to be overhauled. All of those points are really big news. Really big news. Ripple wants to use everyone else's liquidity before they draw from XRP. Yep, they just want XRP to be the way they collect money. That's what they want. That's absolutely what they want. Everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.com, growmybag.tv. Sorry, we actually own .com too. I think it'll actually take you to the other site anyway. So growmybag.tv if you want to join and become a big bagger and catch up on our Super Bowl Sunday, as it has been told in voting. Our Super Bowl Sunday big bagger meeting, a live video conference between all the big baggers, you have to go to growmybag.tv/sign-up and become a big bagger. Everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And